Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Saco School Board meeting for April 30th at 5:05. Would like to call this meeting to order. Would you please join me with the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would just like to make note that we do have School Board Member Truman and School Board Member Johnston who have been excused for the evening, and School Board Member Preble is on her way. Hopefully she will make it with some traffic. Okay, item number 3 tonight is the approval of the school board minutes dated for April 9th, 2025. Is there a motion?
Madam Mayor,
School Board Member Richards?
I move we approve the school board meeting minutes dated April 9th, 2025.
Great, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
School Board Member Warnoff? All right, any discussion or comments regarding the minutes?
No, just remember we only have 4, so.
We do have a quorum.
No, we have 4, but I'm saying that these motions, the future motions, I guess
Yes.
that we got to be on our toes a little bit. So
The normal people who like to make the
Yeah, I
motions
know.
are not here.
I'm gonna look this way every time. So
These usually go to Sarah. So yes, okay, great. All right, roll call vote. School Board Member Warnoff.
Yes.
School Board Member Richards.
Yes.
School Board Member Roach.
Yes.
And School Board Member Kidder.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0. And as long as I get my numbers correct as well. Okay, item number 4 tonight, there are no adjustments to the agenda. Item number 5, there are no correspondence. Item number 6 is public session. If there are any members of the public wishing to speak, please step forward, state your name and address for the record, and you will have 3 minutes to address the school board. Okay, not seeing anyone seeking recognition. Item number 7 is the superintendent's report. Superintendent Ray?
All right, well, welcome back, everybody, from a week of school vacation. It's also awful nice that when you come back and you see warm weather and you can get kids outside, and hopefully the field's dry so they don't bring mud into the school on everything. You're always feeling better about things. Couple of different kind of announcements is our Biddeford and Saco Rising multicultural event will be held on Monday, May 12th from 5 to 7 at the middle school in Biddeford. This event is designed to strengthen connections between our schools and the families of our ML learners and new Mainers. So that's always a well-attended event that brings our communities together. And then also just kind of what we would call beyond the buzzword, a forum on bullying, behavior, and belonging. We'll be hosting a parent forum on Tuesday, May 13th from 5 to 6 p.m. at Saco Middle School to focus on concerns surround our bullying, behavior, and belonging in schools, trying to bring everybody together knowing that our students face a society that's much different today, and that we deal with the digital landscape in all of those spaces for kids, and how we work to address these in the pre-K through 8 schools and what supports are available for students and families. Childcare will be available at this event, so if people need that. And so kind of having 14 days away from not a lot of school, I don't have that much of an update tonight.
Great, thank you. Any questions or comments for the superintendent?
I have a question. Who's presenting the bullying behavior?
It's a collaborative effort between myself and all of the building principals.
Okay.
And it will be a little bit more of a forum. It's not intended to just be a sit and get. It's kind of a combination of some information and then an opportunity to share, collaborate, and brainstorm with folks who attend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, moving on to item 8, that is the chair's report, and Chair Preble is not here yet, so we will bypass that. Item number 9, there are no staff reports. Item 10 is the board subcommittee minutes and meetings. Item A is the policy and personnel committee. Minutes are attached, and the next meeting is May 19th at 5:30 PM. Item B is the Finance and Infrastructure Committee agenda. The next meeting is 5:28 at 4:30 PM. And item C is the Curriculum Committee, and the next meeting is 5:19 at 4:30 PM. There is no old business this evening. Moving on to item 12, School Board Member Roach.
Apologize.
That's okay.
Under section 10 here. Just going forward, Jeremy, can we have, this agenda comes out over the weekend. Like, we had our finance meeting today.
Yep.
On 4:30. Can we word that in this section to say the meeting was today, and then if we wanted the option to update a little bit from today, we'd have it. I
Yeah,
just
we can
think,
do that.
I don't know, I'm speaking for myself a little bit, I'm a veteran of other boards, but, I get a little confused myself about this, and I don't know if the new board members, when they see like, well, we're having a meeting actually today, but the agenda said the next meeting's,
Yep.
ahead. Okay, just a point. Yep, thanks.
Okay, moving on to item 12, that is new business. Item A is new hires. There is a packet in, a memo in your packet. Is there a motion? School Board Member Roach?
All right, bear with me. Here we go. I move we approve the nomination of Brock Major, SMS school nurse, and Shaylin Drypolcher, school psychologist, and issue a contract for the 25-26 school year.
Great, thank you. The motion has been made by School Board Member Roach. Is there a second?
Second.
School Board Member Kidder? Any discussion on the item? Okay, roll call vote. School Board Member Warnoff?
Yes.
School Board Member Richards?
Yes.
School Board Member Roach?
Yes.
And School Board Member Kidder?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0. Okay, there are no resignations this evening. And item C is the building update.
Okay, just a brief building update is that we had talked about at Finance Committee that one of the things we've been able to start doing is repaying the school department, and we will next repay the city for any of the purchases of land and/or expenses that we incurred prior to receiving the bond anticipation note, so we'll be able to start moving that process forward. As you know, the land has been cleared over there, and there's still trees to be hauled off, and we're hoping that as soon as that happens, and if we can stay away from a lot of rain, we'll have an opportunity to kind of have, I don't want to say open house, but an opportunity for people to view the property, and see the pieces and elements that will be moving forward. And then finally, Meg and I, with Oak Point, have been having some discussions about what impact any different tariffs and/or pricing would impact the project. So we're just trying to plan ahead now to think about, if there's any kind of value engineering or design changes that would maybe need to be made now versus later in anticipation of that, but still a little bit preliminary at this time.
Okay, great, thank you. Any questions or comments for the superintendent? Okay, not seeing any. Moving on to item D, and that is the budget information with the final budget recommendations.
Okay, so it seems like it's been a while since we have worked on all of these pieces. And based off the last meeting, we know that we had had some comments about trying to make sure that we didn't eliminate any positions, that we still planned for things. Kevin had talked about with the uncertainty in the hotel, that maybe at this point in time, we just use some money for carryover from our carryover funds and hold those positions, which we had talked about. And so when we started looking at those pieces, I have updated the fund balance and capital projects where basically for FY26, we had originally had $450,000 in carryover funds coming out. We would use 117 additional $117,000 additional dollars based off the insurance increase. We would take $140,000 out of fund balance and place that into a contingency fund and only hire those positions if needed, based off what we know, so that money would be there. So that when we go through all of these pieces for capital improvements, audio enhancement, some cabling, we still would have about $1.7 million left in our fund balance, with many of these being one-time expenses so that it's not a perpetual situation. And that we really have also seen a great deal of change in the Medicaid money coming in. At the end of April, we've billed for over $800,000 and we received $673,000 of that. And that's just part of the delay process. So we're well over the anticipation there, and I have increased that amount of expected revenue for next year. With this budget and with these kind of uses of fund balance that we talked about last time, we will still come in with the city at a 1.1% increase combined. I think that was the goal, that we wanted to try to, even when we got the bad news about insurance, we still wanted to figure out a way to work within that, and I think that we've done that by using carryover and Medicaid main care revenue. So I feel really good about this budget. I don't think that it sets us up at all for anything in the future in a negative way. I feel strong, as we talked about in Finance Committee, about fund balance moving towards the future. And I know that we've talked about this, throughout the winter and now, and pretty proud of the work that people did in the district to put this together, and it came together in a good way. I'd take any questions I have from school committee, because I know Kevin's going to have some.
He's already got his hand on it. Questions, School Board Member Roach?
All right. I'm speaking for Sarah and Beth, too.
Okay.
And Jen, so, all right. I won't use all that time. But, all right, just a couple of clarifications. In the memo, you say 450 for fiscal year 28. Is that a typo? Should that be 26?
Where does that?
Under fund balance and capital projects?
Yeah, that's a typo.
Okay, all right, so that's fine. And then in the chart, you say starting fund balance 2778. Is that starting your estimate, or as it is right this second, or your estimate at the end of the year?
Right this second.
Right this second, okay. And then from our Finance Committee meeting, you touched on it here too, that what we owe for school construction is coming back before the year end for 1.2 million. But we didn't discuss, is there specific amounts we owe back the city for the property that would reduce that?
No, so that's a separate line, and that was, Zach, that was about 1.1 million on the property, 1,061,000-ish or something like that. And what the city had, in that agreement, they had paid approximately $1.5 million for the property, sold a couple of lots. The state would only allow us the $1 million that they would reimburse, and the city covered the rest of that because it has to be a city-owned property in order for us to get the $1 million on that piece. So they will get their $1 million back.
And that's in the regular budget, revenue expense
That will
offset.
come out of, it won't come out of the school budget, that will come out of the bond anticipation note.
The note part of it.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm sorry, not our expenses, revenues. Yeah,
Correct.
Yeah, okay. I think that's it from my side, if you
That
can
is
believe
it?
it. Yeah.
Anyone else with any questions or comments? And just so that the school board knows, our next meeting on May 5th is a review of the combined budget, and May 12th is the approval. Okay, moving on to item E, The ESEA memo, is there an update on that, or just recognition of the memo?
I've got to have a vote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got to go back and we've got to.
Oh, sorry, that was my final question. Yeah, what submission of this memo, or what would you want to vote? The chart itself?
You would be voting on the expense in revenue to push forward to the city council.
School Board Member Roach, would you like to make a motion?
Well, just one question again. On the 4.69 in that version, well, yeah, some accounts changed within there, but it's not spelled out in that chart necessarily.
Correct.
Like the old and then the new. We're just saying, the motion is we're submitting this revenue expense budget dated
correct, to the city
4/30.
council.
Yeah, okay. All right, here I go. I move to submit the revised 4/30/25 superintendent's, our revenue and expense budget, accounting for changes such as the health insurance and some capital projects.
Second.
Okay, motion has been made by School Board Member Roach, second by School Board Member Preble. Any additional questions or comments?
I just think it goes without saying, it's in the memo, that the tax rate proposal is still the same. It's just not in the motion. Okay.
Okay, great. Roll call vote. School Board Member Warnoff.
Yes?
School Board Member Preble.
Yes.
School Board Member Richards.
Yes.
School Board Member Roach.
Yes.
And School Board Member Kidder.
Yes.
All right, motion passes 5-0. Okay, now moving on to item E, and that is the ESEA memo. Is there an update for that? Meg, sorry, you're coming up.
Yeah, that memo is in there. Traditionally, at this time of the year, we have a preliminary allocation from Maine that it kind of explains what they think the title funding will be from the federal government, which is dispersed to Maine and then dispersed to school districts. Maine does not have those numbers yet, so we're hoping that those come out shortly, but we did want to provide the public notice that we do have a form that's available at all times on our website for folks to provide any input on how those ESEA funds are spent. We have comprehensive needs assessments done at each of the schools to identify areas for spending, and those plans, as they are completed through the end of the school year, will be posted on the website. So this is just kind of a notification that that process is upcoming and that we do have access on our website for any feedback regarding those items.
Okay, great, thank you. Any questions or comments? Okay, not seeing any. Moving on to item F. School Board Member Johnston is not available tonight, so who is first reading of the policies?
Oh, I love how everybody nominates me. Okay.
Punishment.
Madam Mayor, can I make a motion?
Yes, please.
All right. I move we approve the first reading of AC, non-discrimination and equal opportunity and affirmative action, ACAA, harassment and sexual harassment of students, ACAA-R, student discrimination and harassment. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the rest of it. And Title 9, sexual harassment, if I read that right. Sorry. ACAB, harassment, sexual harassment of school employees. ACAB-R, employee discrimination and harassment of Title 9, sexual, I'm assuming that's harassment. I'm trying to open it. Sexual discrimination. KBH, advertising in schools. KI, visitors to the schools. KI-R, administrative procedures for visitors to schools. IKE, promotion, retention, and acceleration of students. And ILA, student assessment, local assessment system.
Good job, very well. All right, motion has been made by School Board Member Preble. Is there a second?
Second.
It was me. sorry, was that?
That was me.
All right, thank you. School Board Member Kidder? Any questions or comments regarding the policies? Okay, not seeing any. Roll call vote. School Board Member Warnoff?
Yes.
School Board Member Preble?
Yes.
School Board Member Richards?
Yes.
School Board Member Roach?
Yes.
And School Board Member Kidder?
Yes.
All right, motion passes 5-0. Okay, now takes us to item 13, and that is other information. Any school board members have any information they would like to share? Okay, item 14, there is no executive session this evening. And item 15 is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by School Board Member Richards, second by School Board Member Preble. Roll call vote. School Board Member Warnoff?
Yes.
School Board Member Preble?
Yes.
School Board Member Richards?
Yes.
School Board Member Roach?
Sunshine Daydream, yes.
And School Board Member Kidder.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0 to adjourn at 5:26. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the beautiful day. It's going to rain this weekend.
We got warrants.